Finishing with some good hot chocolate there. Yes, it is June, but it's kind of chilly in the house. I don't know. Welcome, Ms. Legalista here. Welcome back to the video where we are talking about, hey, I'm calling this the fall of the House of Sterling. And we're looking at the whole clipped series now on Hulu. I guess it's FX's show, but it's on Hulu. Episode 3 just came out. I have not looked at it yet. And I'm going to go back and talk about episodes 1, episodes 2, and other videos. But if you've been following along with the clipped series, then you know that the tape is now out. And so, this was about 10 years ago. And it's hard to process that and go, wait, that was like 10 years ago when a lot of this was happening. So if you're following along, if you remember when all of that was going on, and now you're watching this show, then you sort of sometimes want to go, well, wait a second, what was in that complaint that the wife had served on the Stiviano? And what was on the tape? Let me go back and look at some of this stuff. Well, in this video, I want to go to Deadspin. I know TMZ had the tape and you can go to their website and listen to it, but I want to go to Deadspin and I want to talk about a couple of things that are in what this article sort of breaks down, because I think they had a longer portion here that that they were sharing in one of their articles that came out. As you can see here, this is tiny print, but don't worry. I graduated from high school a long time ago, and I went through grade school, so I actually know how to read, and so I'll take over some of this for you. It says here, I want to go down to this first section. And this is V speaking here. I don't understand. I don't see your views. I wasn't raised the way you were raised. Donald Sterling then goes, well, then if you don't come to my games, don't bring Black people and don't come. So a very forward statement by him about what he feels, what he thinks should happen. She goes, do you know that you have a whole team that's Black that plays for you? Okay. So she's just like, it sounds like she's really kind of like, okay, I'm caught off guard here. Do you see this, or am I the only one in the room who sees this? But it's this response that he gives that I want to actually spend a little bit more time talking about. And he says, do I know? I support them. I give them food and clothes and cars and houses. Who gives it to them? Does someone else give it to them? And yes, I am exaggerating there. Do I know what I have? Who makes the game? Do I make the game, or do they make the game? Is there 30 owners that created the league? So let me stop there, because there's this whole sort of connotation that he's giving somebody something. Now, you guys know what the word give means, right? And for those of you who don't recall, or, are having a hard time recalling that particular definition, that word and what that means, I'm going to just look it up here and tell you what it says here on my phone. It says freely transfer the possession of something to someone, hand over to, the check given to, that means handing over. Cause or allow someone or something to have something, especially something abstract, like you gave me such a fright. But let's go back to that very first one, the verb, because that's what he's using here. He's using the verb, who gives it to them. And it says, the first word that it says here is freely, and then it says transfer of possession. Freely transfer of possession. And, so what he is, quote, giving them is not free. There is a whole contract in place. There is a collective bargaining agreement. That thing is over 500 pages. The next time you hear someone say the word give, let's make sure we all understand what it is we're talking about. So this is, let me scroll back up. This is the Players Association's website. You see up there, nbpa.com. And this is the CBA, which is the collective bargaining agreement, nbpa.com. When you scroll down, it says the collective bargaining agreement between the NBPA and the NBA sets out the terms and conditions of employment. There's nothing here about a gift or a give or a freely transfer. sets out the terms and conditions of employment for all professional basketball players playing in the NBA, as well as the respective rights and obligations of the NBA clubs, the NBA, and the MBPA. The current agreement contract, something we negotiated, parties sat down at the tables with representatives that negotiated on their behalf, was ratified by the MBPA membership in April 2023, took effect July 1st, 2023, and runs through the 2029-30 NBA season, with both sides having the ability to opt out following the 28-29 season. And there you can see the current, the current CBA document and previous CBA documents. And so if I go over to this document, you can see we have the table of contents here. And I'm just going to scroll down because I want you to take a look at this thing. This thing is over 500 pages. Look at what we're talking about. Minimum player salary, 10-day contracts, bonuses, moving expense, look, benefits, player conduct, compensation, charitable contributions, player convictions and arrests, income, got definitions there, determination of salary, insurance premium reimbursement, look, assigned contracts, two-way contracts, summer contracts, salary cap contract structure, no futures contracts, existing contracts. You guys, this is not a gift. He hasn't given them anything. This is negotiated. Even if you were to go back and say, well, he gave them an opportunity to play. Well, yeah, but they had to accept it. That's part of the contract. He made an offer, or the team made an offer, and the player accepted. Again, it's a contractual relationship here. It's not a gift relationship. So it's interesting because as you scroll through this, you see the word contract used in here again and again. And that is what this is. That is what this is. This is not a gift. You know, this is not Christmas. This is not the Easter bunny gifting eggs. That's not what this is. This is not anybody's birthday. This is people working under a contract. So I just wanted to go back, because it's one of those things that comes up sometimes when parties are in a position of power over another person. And sometimes, yeah, that thinking needs some work. But again, just recognizing here the language that was being used and the context that it was setting up as if one party was giving another party something, when that is simply not the case. This is a contractual relationship. There's an offer, an acceptance, consideration. The parties are of their right mind. They are of legal age. There's no duress. Nobody's making anybody doing this. They're doing it of their own free will and volition. So yeah, this whole thing about gifting houses and cars and gifting and all that, no, that's not the thing. So I'm going to continue to go through this, bring up some legal issues, talk about this only because the show has, I think, brought a lot of this back up for people to go, oh yeah. And it is a little entertaining, but it's also an opportunity for us to talk about, some of the other underlying issues, but just some of the legal parts of this also. So if you're interested in the documents, what the documents say, what the wife laid out in terms of what she wanted, I think, you also can learn a lot from that too, because California had certain community property statutes in place that she was able to use to go back and pull all of those gifts. Now, those might have been gifts that Donald Sterling gave V. Stiviano. That's what a gift is. Like, he gave her those gifts, the Bentley and Range Rover and Ferrari and the house. And so, yeah. Notice how nobody's trying to go back and get what they gave the players. Why? Because that's not a gift. That is not a gift. That is a contractual arrangement. Go ahead and give the video a thumbs up if you're following along. If you're watching clipped, on Hulu. And give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.